Hi, I'm Nell Duke from Stand for Children and the University of Michigan. I am delighted to be able to talk with you about the 2023 updates to the essential instructional practices in early literacy, kindergarten through third grade. We also made a number of changes to Essential 10. We first of all broadened our terminology in that very first line to not just say families, but to refer to caregivers and the community as well. Caregivers is a more inclusive term that includes, non-family adults that may also be engaged in providing care for children. And the community acknowledges the fact that children's literacy development can be influenced by, many people within a community context and is not just influenced in the home. So we made that wording change there, and then we made it again in the first paragraph of this essential practice. So you'll see that change there as well. In addition, we revised here to just put greater emphasis on collaboration between educators and family and community. We added the point with some examples of the kinds of things that we can draw upon from home and community contexts when we're in the classroom. And we added reference to an example study that reflects drawing upon family and caregivers' assets. So that study you'll be able to see in the endnotes of the document. In the first bullet, we added considerable specificity around inviting families, caregivers, and community members into the classroom. And we gave examples of some of the things they could be doing inside the classroom. To the second bullet, we made revisions to make that bullet specific to literacy and specific to read aloud, and ways in which teachers and families and caregivers can collaborate around how to read with children and talk with children in ways that's supportive of development. The next bullet here names some very specific ways that teachers can draw upon and extend families, caregivers, and communities' language and literacy interactions. So you'll see that there are several of these that are listed here. And then in the next bullet, you'll see that we made another shift around the word independent. We removed independent here and replaced it with out of school. And we did that because, in fact, reading outside of school doesn't have to be independent. It's by definition outside of school for Essential 10, but it could be with caregivers, with family members, with other members of the community. And so it felt important to make that wording adjustment. In the next bullet, we gave, again, some more examples of ways that teachers can be supporting families and fostering literacy development. We added context there, and we added some specific moves teachers can make. And those were drawn largely from a research study that's been published since 2016, and we cited that study in the endnotes, so you'll see it there. And in the next bullet, we just added a quick phrase of encouraging families. We just did this because we had shifted the lead in to this whole essential to focus on what teachers should do, and therefore we needed to add encouraging families as the move that teachers would make. And then finally, in this last bullet and sub-bullets, we made some changes. We added to books and other materials. And we did that because it's not just books that can be read outside of the classroom. And we added a reference to digital libraries because there is research supporting the value of digital library access outside of the classroom. And we made an explicit reference again to essential instructional practice number 8, bullet 1, so that it's clear to everyone the kinds of texts that we're talking about and the importance of the diversity of those texts. And then we actually eliminated the next sub-bullet, children's magazines, because we don't need it now that we have added the phrase and other materials to books. I hope this has been a helpful review for all of you. And as always, we want to thank you for all that you're doing to support the literacy development of Michigan's children.